In this video, I want to share with you a manifestation success story about how you can manifest anything, even if to your logical mind it seems absurd, literally without taking action. This is a story that shows you how powerful your imagination is, and that is all you need to manifest your dreams, desires into physical reality. The success story is from Neville Goddard, and you have heard me in many videos. I have a whole playlist about not taking action, and you have heard me say many times that not only you don't need to take action, but you shouldn't take action, and you can't take action because all you can do is imagine your desired outcome is true or assume it to be true, persist in it, and things will happen regardless of you. But I want you to hear it from Neville Goddard, and I chose this story not for what they manifest, but literally for how they manifest it, which is imagination only and not taking action, even when it seemed quite logical. So I want you to hear it from Neville himself. The story is from The Law and the Promise, if anyone is interested in reading it again. Otherwise, you are welcome to come back to this video and listen to this story again and again. It's going to be very encouraging for you, especially if you have doubts whether or not you should take action. If you need a more personalized help with your manifestations, you can book a one-on-one coaching session with me from the link in the description box below. I would love to help you with anything that you are manifesting. You can also join my group coaching, one of my Master Manifesto Mastermind groups. In that case, please send me an email from my booking page. The times that you see on my booking page are only for one-on-one coaching. So for group coaching, please send me an email and we will figure it out. So let me just read this wonderful success story for you. For many years, a doctor and his wife dreamed about their stately habitation, but not until they imaginatively lived in it did they manifest it. Here is their story. Some 15 years ago, Mrs. M and I purchased a lot on which we built a 2-story building housing our office and a living area. We left ample space on the lot for an apartment building, if and when our finances would permit. All those years we were busy paying off our mortgage, and at the end of that time had no money for the additional building we still desired so much. It was true that we had an ample savings account, which meant security for our business, but to use any part of it for a new building would be to jeopardize that security. But now your teaching awakened a new concept, boldly telling us we could have what we most desired through the controlled use of our imagination, and that realizing a desire was made more convincing without money. We decided to put it to a test, to forget about money and concentrate our attention on the thing we desired most in this world, the new apartment building. With this principle in mind, we mentally constructed the new building as we wanted it, actually drawing physical plans so we could better formulate our mental picture of the completed structure. Never forgetting to think from the end. In our case, the completed occupied building. We took many imaginative trips through our apartment house, renting the units to imaginary tenants, examining in detail every room and enjoying the feeling of pride as friends offered congratulations on the unique planning. We brought into our imaginal scene one friend in particular. I shall call her Mrs. X, a lady we had not seen for some time, as she had given us up socially, believing us a bit peculiar in our new way of thinking. In our imaginal scene, we took her through the building and asked how she liked it. Hearing her voice distinctly, we had her reply, "Doctor, I think it is beautiful." One day, while talking together of our building, my wife mentioned a contractor who had constructed several apartment houses in our neighborhood. We knew of him only by the name that appeared on signs adjacent to buildings under construction. But realizing that if we were living in the end, we would not be looking for a contractor, we promptly forgot this angle. Continuing these periods of daily imagining for several weeks, we both felt we were now fused with our desire and had successfully been living in the end. One day, a stranger entered our office and identified himself as the contractor whose name my wife had mentioned weeks before. In an apologetic manner, he said, "I don't know why I stopped here. I normally don't go to see people, but rather people come to see me." He explained that he passed our office often and had wondered why there wasn't an apartment building on the corner lot. We assured him we would like very much to have such a building there, but that we had no money to put into the project, not even the few $100s it would take for plans. Our negative response did not faze him, and seemingly compelled, he began to figure and devise ways and means to carry out the job, unasked and unencouraged by us. Forgetting the incident, we were quite startled when a few days later this man called, informing us that plans were completed and that the proposed building would cost us $30,000. We thanked him politely and did absolutely nothing. We knew we had been living imaginatively in the end of a completed building and that imagination would assemble that building perfectly without any outside assistance from us. So we were not surprised when the contractor called again the next day to say he had found a set of blueprints in his files that fitted our needs perfectly with few alterations. This, we were informed, would save us the architect's fee for new plans. We thanked him again and did nothing. Logical thinkers would insist that such negative response from prospective customers would completely end the matter. Instead, 2 days later, the contractor again called with the news that he had located a finance company willing to cover the necessary loan with the exception of a few $1,000s. It sounded incredible, but we still did nothing. For remember, to us, this building was completed and rented. And in our imagination, we had not put one penny into its construction. The balance of this tale reads like a sequel to Alice in Wonderland, for the contractor came to our office the next day and said, as though presenting us with a gift, "You people are going to have that new building anyway. I've decided to finance the balance of the loan myself. If this is agreeable, I'll have my lawyer draw up the papers and you can pay me back out of net profits from rentals." This time we did something. We signed the papers and construction began immediately. Most of the apartment units were rented before final completion, and all but one occupied the day of completion. We were so thrilled by the seemingly miraculous events of the past few months that for a while we didn't understand this seeming flaw in our imaginal picture. But knowing what we had already accomplished through the power of imagining, we immediately conceived another imaginal scene, and in it, this time, instead of showing the party through the unit and hearing the words, "We'll take it," we ourselves in imagination visited tenants who had already moved in that apartment. We allowed them to show us through the rooms and heard their pleased and satisfied comments. 3 days later, that apartment was rented. Our original imaginary drama had objectified itself in every detail save one, and that one became a reality when 1 month later, our friend Mrs. X surprised us with a long overdue visit, expressing her desire to see our new building. Gladly, we took her through, and at the end of the tour, heard her speak the line we had heard in our imagination so many weeks before, as with emphasis on each word she said, "Doctor, I think it is beautiful." Our dream of 15 years was realized, and we know now that it could have been realized any time within those 15 years if we had known the secret of imagining and how to live in the end of desire. But now it was realized. Our one big desire was objectified, and we did not put 1 penny of our own money into it. Dr. M. Through the medium of a dream, a controlled waking dream, the doctor and his wife created reality. They learned how to live in their dream house, as in fact now they do. Although help seemingly came from without, the course of events was ultimately determined by the imaginal activity of the doctor and his wife. The participants were drawn into their imaginal drama because it was dramatically necessary that they should be. Their imaginal structure demanded it. How amazing is this story? This one story includes everything you need to know about manifestation, which is, first of all, imagine your desire as already true, or assume it to be true already from the end. You don't imagine or figure out the how it happens, when happens, what happens, etc. You go to the end, you stay there. And you do nothing else. You persist in it. You repeat it. You go there again and again and again. If it's something that requires other people to do things, they will come to you, as in this story. If it requires that you do something, you will do it. In this story, this couple was stubborn and didn't do anything. Literally sat on their hands. As a result, they had a building built without spending money and without them figuring out anything. People came to them, people figured it out themselves, financed it and built it, and they are renting it out. And also the last apartment that wasn't rent out, that they then imagined again. This is a wonderful thing to keep in mind, that any problem you have during your day, anything that is not your desired outcome, you can manifest it. You don't only manifest your specific person or that amount of money that one time or anything. It's everything. Everything that is not your desired end goal, you simply manifest it. You solve every problem through manifestation. And yeah, I really hope that this was encouraging for you, that you don't need to figure out anything in the 3D at all. You don't need to take action. Action will take itself. And your imagination is powerful enough to give you a whole new building without you spending money or finding architects or whatever, builders, anything. And you use the same principle to manifest your specific person, other things, money, again, health, anything related to your body, anything, any object, car. It's always the same principle. Go to the end. Start on the inside, in your inner world, in your imagination, rehearsing. Who would you be if you were let's say in that relationship, if you're manifesting an SP, this story still applies. Yes, they manifested building a house or a whole building, but the same principle applies for you who is manifesting a specific person. You, on the inside, you rehearse being the person who is already in that relationship with your specific person. If it's wealth you desire, same thing applies. If it's, I don't know, what are you manifesting? Let me know in the comments what you guys are manifesting. Because this story still applies. Even if you're manifesting a different hair color, literally, the story still applies. You go to the end, you stay there, that's all you need to do. I really hope this was encouraging and helpful for you, for your manifestation. If you need a more personalized help with your manifestations, you are very welcome to book a one-on-one coaching session with me from the link in the description box below. I would love to help you with anything that you are manifesting. If you want to join one of my Master Manifestor Mastermind groups, which is group coaching, in that case, please send me an email from my booking page. And remember that the times on my booking page are only for one-on-one coaching. So for group coaching, send me an email and we will figure it out. Have a beautiful day and see you in the next video.